All right, this video is on writing chords and seventh chords. I'll kind of freeze it here so you can see this if you need to pause. Okay, so a couple basics we got to know. We've got to know group 0. That means 0 sharps on the major chord. C, F, and G. For example, here's my C chord, root, third, and fifth. Right? An F chord, same idea. And G major chord. Those are our basic major chords. Now we're up to group 1. A, D, and E. They're group 1 because the middle note is sharped. Every other white key and sharp the middle. That also works for D and for E as well. Sometimes people get confused on which one. Think every other letter, sharp the middle. And that's a starting place for a major chord. And then our B chord is group 2. Same idea. Every other white key, sharp the top 2. There's our B major chord. Looks a little spread out, but that's how our hand plays it. Okay? That's our basics. Then you've got to know this. Major 2 minor, lower the third. Major 2 diminished, lower the third and the fifth. Major 2 augmented, raise the fifth. Okay? You also got to know the chromatic slide. For example, if I wanted a B flat major chord, I just lower everybody. Flat, natural, natural. Lower everybody by a half step. We call it the chromatic slide, the dance move. So that's a B flat major chord. Suppose I wanted A flat major. I would play A major and then lower everyone a half step. Okay? You could do it this way on your test. It'll work out. And if I wanted to invert a chord, you always take the bottom note, put it up the octave. The other notes stay the same. An A flat became the A flat up here. The letter doesn't change. So let's try one here. A diminished in root position. I always start with A major, group 1. There it is. Now I've got to diminish it. Major 2 diminished, lower the third and the fifth. And root position, that means I'm done. My notes are A, C, and that's an E flat. They're every other letter, not like scales, every other letter. A, C, and E flat. So I literally just write that and I'm done. Let's do D flat augmented in first inversion. I start with D major, then I flat it, I do the chromatic slide, then I augment it, then I invert it once. So I have to know that D is group 1. So here we go. D, F sharp, A. Now I want D flat augmented as the chord I'm going for. So I'm going to make it D flat. Lower everyone. D flat, F, A flat. Say the letters to yourself all the time. It's every other, the letters don't change. Now I've got to augment it. Raise the fifth. Plain old A. D flat, F, A. And now I've got to go first inversion. This D flat will jump up here to an imaginary D flat. I fell off the paper. So I'll just go down the octave. F and A, D flat. There it is. So all I did was take this D flat down here. First inversion. Up there. F, A, D flat. I write that from bottom to top in treble clef I'm in. F, A, D flat. And done. Now I'm going to go to seventh chords. Okay? Seventh chords, they add a fourth note. The seventh. Ooh, root, third, fifth, and seventh. The way we write a dominant seventh chord, like a D7 here, it means a major chord with a minor seventh. Dominant seventh chords are a major chord with a minor seventh. So suppose I wanted a D7 in second inversion. I put D major. Now my seventh has to be a minor seventh from the root D. I could go perfect prime, minor second, minor third, all the way up to get to a minor seventh. I find it easier to go backwards from the octave. So jump up an octave from D, there it is. Octave, major seventh, minor seventh. It's a major chord plus a minor seventh from the root. And there it is, D, F sharp, A, C. They asked for, or I asked for, second inversion, which means I invert it twice. So the D jumps up the top. And notice how the root's right next to the seventh. It's right above the seventh. And then the third jumps up to F sharp. So my notes from the bottom are A, C, D, and F sharp. Here it is. A, C, D, oops, and F sharp. Notice how the root sticks out. The seventh and the root are right next to each other. You can see it there. The root is always right above the seventh. They're neighbors. Okay? Let's try a hard one. B flat 7 in first inversion. So I'm going to make B major first, group 2, root, third, and fifth. Now I've got to add the seventh, a minor seventh up from B flat. So I got to go B flat first, sorry. So there's B major. I want B flat dominant 7, B flat 7. So I'm going to make everybody flat first. Lower everyone by a half step. So now it's a root third fifth. Same thing. I went from B major, I lowered everyone, did the chromatic slide. Now I got to find a minor seventh up from B flat. So I jump up the octave. I go octave, major seventh, minor seventh. That's an A flat. B flat, D, F, A flat. And we ask for first inversion, which means I invert it once. Take the bottom note, put it up the octave. The other notes stay the same. Notice how the seventh and root, B flat and A flat and B flat are right next to each other. D, F, A flat, B flat. So I write that here in bass clef. D, F, A flat, and look at the B flat. Look at that root sticking up to the right again. The root always sticks out of those chords. That's the name of the chord. See how the D sticks out and here the B flat sticks out? Cool. That's it. Those are our chords.